I thought turning into a snake was already crazy enough. Turns out I'm the campus belle's pet snake. Looking at the white mouse Lin Roxue is feeding, I'm trembling in the corner over here. But the instinctive feeling of hunger slowly gave me a sinful appetite. After holding on for an hour, I still couldn't hold back in the end. I crawled over to the white mouse and swallowed it whole raw. Looking at my bulging belly, I was just zoning out when a mechanical voice suddenly popped up in my head. Spiritual energy acquired. 10 points received. System activated. Reading player information now. Race, King Snake. Rank. Level 1. Skills. Constriction, scent perception. Satiety, 10%. The second the system voice finished speaking, a system panel just like the ones in games appeared out of thin air right in front of me. I was so excited I almost cried. Sweet, I got a cheat code now, this is easy. As a veteran web novel reader, I don't even need to figure it out. I already know roughly how this thing works. Looks like eating stuff gets me spiritual energy, and spiritual energy should let me rank up. My satiety is only 10% right now. Looks like I can eat more. Thought of that, I started slithering around inside the tank, hoping to catch Lin Roxue's attention, but she completely ignored me. I couldn't help feeling speechless inside. Ugh, not being able to talk is such a pain. So I just plopped down on the ground, coiled up into a ball and started resting. Slowly I drifted off to sleep. Lin Roxue said goodbye to her fans and ended her stream, then put me in Xiaoqing in the living room. At night, a feeling of hunger came from my stomach, which slowly woke me up. I checked my satiety, it already dropped to 0%. I don't know if it's my imagination. I felt my body was getting bigger gradually. There was this weird feeling that my snakeskin was too tight, and I only ate one tiny mouse after all. The thought of waiting passively to be fed like this, I would starve to death sooner or later. So I decided to take the initiative. I looked up at the lid on top of the tank. I tried my best to climb up to push it open, only to find it was latched shut. I can't open it at all with my current strength. Meanwhile, Lin Roxue was tossing and turning in bed, unable to sleep. She was scrolling through her phone bored and opened the cute pet forum. Suddenly, the title of a post caught her attention. Shock. Cthulhu has awoken. Unknown creature spotted by a submersible detector. Nearly 100 meters long. Looks exactly like an octopus. Why do I keep seeing posts like this lately? Lin Roxue thought confusedly. She tried to click in to see more, only to find the post was already removed, 404. A faint rustling sound rang out. It seemed to come from the living room. Lin Roxue thought to herself, must be one of the little guys making a fuss. She turned on the light, put on slippers, and walked to the living room. Then she saw inside the glass tank. I was rubbing against the sand like crazy. Xiaobai, what's wrong with you? Hearing her voice, I immediately yelled in my head. Hurry up and get me food, feeder! I'm starving! I lifted my head and looked at her full of expectation. Then my expression froze instantly. I was so shocked I almost bit my own snake tongue. Lin Roxue, you sleep naked? Of course, Lin Roxue has no idea what I'm thinking. After all, from her perspective, I'm just a harmless, adorable little white snake. How would she know? This snake is her college classmate. Xiaobai, are you hungry? Lin Roxue asked. I stared at Lin Roxue without looking away. Tears of gratitude rolled down from the corner of my eyes. Then I controlled myself and nodded my head. Seeing that, Roxue froze for a second. After a long while, she suddenly screamed, Xiaobai! Did you just nod your head? After hearing that, I nodded my little head again. Seeing that, Lin Roxue suddenly held up 3 fingers. Xiaobai, how many fingers is this? I was gonna nod 3 times at first. Then I hesitated. Would that expose that I'm intelligent? Then I'd get dissected for research. But I thought about it and decided screw it. What's the point of being scared at this point? It's way better than starving to death. Besides, I saw on TV before, lots of animals have low-level intelligence. This level of smarts will only surprise people a little. It's not crazy enough to get me sent to a lab. So I nodded my head 3 more times. Oh my god. You can actually understand what I'm saying. Wait, isn't there a rule that animals can't become spirit beings after 1949? Lin Roxue mumbled to herself, while taking another white mouse out of the fridge, and carefully put it inside my tank. Then she stood there naked, looking at me expectantly. I'd been hungry for half the day. I immediately coiled around it and swallowed the white mouse. The system voice rang out again. Spiritual energy acquired. Current time, 10 o'clock. Satiety level, 10%. Are you still hungry, Xiaobai? Nod twice if you're hungry. I nodded twice again after hearing that. Xiaobai is so smart. Lin Roxue jumped up and shouted happily, looking at the 2 swaying blobs of holy light. I barely tore my gaze away from Lin Ruoxue. This time, Lin Ruoxu simply took out a whole small bag of baby mice and started feeding me. Until my satiety level hit 100%, I opened my personal info page with eager anticipation. Spiritual power, 110-100. Tier level 1. Evolution available. Start evolution now. I chose yes without hesitation the second I saw this. Right after that, a wave of drowsiness hit me. I felt a huge surge of heat coursing through my body, remodeling my bones, muscles, and everything else. The outer layer of scales that had been limiting my growth seemed to start loosening, like they were about to fall off. After that, no matter how much Lin Ruoxue called me, I ignored her completely. I slowly stretched out on the ground, trying my best to shed my skin. Lin Ruoxu saw that I stopped moving. She knew this is what snakes do. They need to digest food after eating their fill, so she wasn't worried at all. Then she turned to look at Xiaoqing in the other tank. Xiaoqing was coiled gracefully on the ground right now. Xiaoqing, can you understand me? Not if you get what I'm saying. Then she looked at Xiaoqing with an expectant face. Okay, looks like Xiaobai is a special case. I'm sleepy, gonna go to bed. The next day I was still sleeping. The mechanical system voice woke me up. Evolution completed. You have evolved into a mutant king serpent. Awakened skill. Venomous fang injection. The second I realized I was venomous now, I couldn't help feeling a little excited. But then I started worrying right after. What if I accidentally bite myself when I eat? Would I poison myself to death? After evolving, I could clearly feel that my strength had increased a lot. My body had also gotten much bigger. The most obvious feeling was that the glass tank was no longer big enough for me to stretch. My body had grown from around 50 centimeters to over a meter long, and my sense of smell had also improved a ton. Just by sensing through scents, I could detect the presence of living things within a 100-meter radius. This made me feel a little expectant. I wonder what I can finally evolve into in the future. According to records, a hui turns into a jiao after 500 years. A jiao turns into a dragon after 1,000 years. A hui refers to a venomous snake like myself. Right now, I probably count as a hui. So I might have a chance to turn into a dragon in the future. If I turn into a human out of nowhere in front of Lin Ruoxu, then I'll probably scare her to death. Then I focused my mind on the insight skill. It can check information of one species no more than 2 tiers higher than myself. This made me a little confused. What does one species mean? But the system told me that I am that one species. This left me even more dumbfounded, no matter how much I asked after that. The system completely ignored me, but it doesn't matter anyway. Life is pretty good right now. I've got food, drinks, and a pretty girl around. Then I used the insight skill on Xiaoqing. There was no response at all. Obviously, she isn't that one species. I was jolted awake by Lin Ruoxu's voice while I was lost in thought. Xiaobai, you're awake! Then I saw Lin Ruoxu's face, staring at me through the glass tank. It gave me the exact vibe of Attack on Titan. It startled me quite a bit. Xiaobai, is it just my imagination? Why do you look like you've grown so much? Ruoxu looked at me, then turned to look at the quietly sleeping, well-behaved Xiaoqing. Yesterday, the two of you were the same size. How come after one night's sleep? Xiaobai suddenly grew so much bigger. Even snakes are this competitive now. You actually grew bigger secretly. Seeing me nodding the whole time, Lin Ruoxu immediately got what I meant and brought another bag of baby mice. After eating my fill, I gained another 100 points of spiritual power. At this rate, I can evolve again in about 10 days. Lin Ruoxu went out after finishing her meal. She probably went to work. After all, live streaming alone isn't enough to support herself. When evening came, 2 installers carried a big aquarium and came into the house. Xiaobai, I bought a new home for you again. Are you happy? Nod 7 times if you are. I rolled my eyes at her right away after hearing that. I'm not hungry right now, so I didn't even bother responding to her. But this aquarium is really nice. After the installation was finished, Lin Ruoxu picked up the tank I was in and poured me into the big aquarium. I swam around inside happily. There were also small rock decorations and other stuff in there. Then Lin Ruoxu turned on her phone live stream again. When the fans saw how much I'd grown in just one day, they were all completely stunned. The comment section was blowing up with all kinds of chatter. Lin Ruoxu checked today's viewer count. It was actually a little higher than yesterday's. I have no clue what's going on with Little White. All I know is he's eaten dozens of baby mice these past 2 days. She saw all the comments telling her to find an expert to check him out. Lin Ruoxu quickly shook her head, and at the same time she realized If Little White keeps growing this fast, she swore she would never let him appear on the live stream again. People might start panicking. At that moment, I was lying inside the aquarium, even though I was far away from the phone. I could still see what the comments were saying. Suddenly, I spotted a group photo placed on Lin Ruoxu's desk. It turned out to be a graduation photo. I thought for a second, this was probably the only photo that had both me and Lin Ruoxu in it. Time flies so fast. It's already been over 3 years since we graduated. After the stream ended, I watched Lin Ruoxue go back to her bedroom to sleep. I coiled myself up and started resting too. Over these 10 days, I ate about 10 lab mice every day, until I was too full to eat another bite. I finally saved up 1,000 points of spiritual energy. I chose to level up again. Then a huge surge of energy flooded into my body and started transforming my physical form. This molting process lasted a full 3 hours. After I finished molting, all I felt was extremely sleepy, so I fell into a drowsy sleep again. I slept for what felt like ages, until that woman woke me up. "Little White, you molted again. Are you some kind of monster?" Lin Ruoxu stared at me dumbfounded. Then she gently opened the lid and used tongs to take the shed snakeskin away. Then she tossed me over a dozen lab mice like usual. I looked at my own body. I had grown a lot bigger again. I was about 2 meters long now. That's basically the maximum length for this type of snake. I quietly pulled up my personal status screen to see if there were any changes after this molting. Race: Ultimate Mutant King Snake. Skill: Constriction. Strangulation and scent perception have reached level 3. Venom injection also leveled up to level 2. New passive skill unlocked: Venom Resistance. Probably to keep me from poisoning myself. Talent is still Insight. The spiritual energy required for the next advancement has increased to 10,000 points. Even though I leveled up again, I had no idea how strong I actually was now. I really had no clue at all. I looked up at the aquarium lid above my head. I got a bright idea. I slithered up against the glass and pushed the heavy lid with my head. I didn't expect that I'd push it open a crack. My strength is probably as strong as a python's now. That also means whenever I feel like it, I can leave anytime I want. I'm finally going to be free. But then I thought again, it's not time to go out yet. I get free food and drinks here, and it's relatively safe too. I might as well freeload for a while first. Thinking about this made me feel so touched. Even though in my past life, I was a hard-working, ordinary worker, I died from staying up too late and overworking. But in this life, someone finally saw through my tough facade and made me drop the pretense of being a human. No wonder the doctor always said I had bad teeth before, that I was only fit to live off others. Now I finally get it. Looking at the 10,000 spiritual energy requirement for the next level, I instantly felt super stressed out. If I only rely on eating lab mice, I would have to eat 1,000 of them. Even as a snake, I'd get sick of eating them. I really want to try something new, like baby chicks or something. That night I was resting. I absorbed a few hundred more points of spiritual energy today. As my rank increases, I get hungrier and hungrier. I ate dozens of lab mice in one go. I'm actually scared I'll eat Lin Ruoxue out of house and home. Right at that moment, my scent perception skill seemed to pick up some kind of special scent. My tongue shot up instantly. I flicked my snake tongue out, trying to figure out where this scent was coming from. The system's robotic notification sound went off right then. A mutant creature is roaming within 100 meters. Mutant blade-toothed rat. Rank 1, skill, gnaw. No wonder I picked up an unusual scent. I thought to myself, then I stretched my body out, pushed the lid open a crack, and slithered out of the aquarium. I decided to go check out this mutant creature. It's been half a month. This is the first time I've encountered something similar to me. And according to the system's notification, it's way weaker than me. There shouldn't be any safety issues. The lid closes gently. I slither around the living room. I slither back and forth for a long time. Finally, by the kitchen window, I found a gap in the window screen. Then, I use my wall climbing ability that's way better than ordinary snakes, and climb straight up, just like a gecko. Then I look down from the windowsill. I didn't realize Lin Ruoxu lives on the 7th floor. My body slithers down the AC pipe from the window, following the trace of that scent I picked up just now. Under the cover of the night, I skillfully move through the community's bushes and flower beds. Finally, in a corner of the community, next to a pile of junk, I found the source of that scent, a huge black rat, about the size of a small cat. It's lying there like a black shadow. Next to it lies the body of an orange cat. Looks like half of it's already been eaten. A rat eating a cat? That's totally insane. That makes me a little nervous. The huge rat clearly picked up my scent too. It bares its teeth at me and doesn't even look scared. That's so embarrassing for me, its natural predator. I slither quickly towards the huge rat. I want to see what's different about this rat compared to ordinary ones. The rat sees me approaching. It squeaks loudly with its back against the wall. Its sharp front teeth glint coldly in the moonlight, just like daggers. There's still blood on them. I move super fast. My agile body suddenly speeds up like a shadow. The rat was prepared too. It opens its mouth and bites at me. I dodge the rat's attack. I fake a move, then use the advantage of my extendable body. My head shoots out, and I quickly bite the rat, venom injection activated. Through the channel inside my fangs, deadly venom flows into the rat's bloodstream. The rat is in pain and bites at me again. I just finished injecting the venom, so I can't dodge. The rat's front teeth bite down on my scales. Just when I thought I'd get a minor injury, crack, the rat's front tooth snapped off. Seeing this, I finally realized I'm actually this strong already? Damn. Seeing that the rat's strongest attack can't even break through my defense, I relax completely. At the same time, the snake venom starts to work. The rat squeals in agony. Its breathing also starts to get rapid. I hide in the lawn and watch quietly. 5 minutes later, the rat wobbles and falls to the ground. Just when I'm wondering if I should eat this rat, the system's voice rings out again. Mutant blade-toothed rat. Edible. As soon as I hear it's edible, I get interested immediately. After gobbling it up whole, I got 1,000 aura points and also gained the mutant blade-toothed rat skill. Level 2 Gno. Inside the fish tank, I lie inside with a full bulging belly. Just one special rat. Filled my satiety meter to 100% right away. Now that I'm full, I start thinking about finding something to do. It's the middle of the night. Lin Ruoxu is already asleep. I climb out of the fish tank and sneak into Lin Ruoxu's bedroom. Looking at Lin Ruoxu sleeping like a log, I quietly climb onto the nightstand next to her bed and find Lin Ruoxu's phone. After unlocking the passcode with my tongue, I open a Q&A app skillfully. I type with difficulty using my tongue. Help. I turned into a snake. How do I turn back? Urgent, waiting online. Soon there are replies below. Why do you want to turn back? Isn't being a snake cool? If you really can't, go find Fahai. All the replies are just silly jokes. I give up completely. Just when I'm about to go back to my fish tank, I suddenly see a weird question. What do you think of the hundreds of meters long, giant unknown creature found in the deep Atlantic Ocean? How is this helpful for scientific research? It's probably another mutated creature too. So I click in to check it out. There's a picture seemingly taken by a deep sea probe, but it's too dark. The photos taken only by the detector aren't very clear, and it seems the monster is way too big. So the detector only captured a tiny part of it. The part looked like tentacles. I looked at the replies below. Some people said it was a giant squid, but according to previous scientific surveys, the longest giant squid is only a dozen meters long, and most of that length comes from its tentacles. These giant squids are just food for sperm whales. I looked at that blurry photo and compared it with the fish passing by next to it. It looked like just one suction cup of that thing was already as big as a wash basin. Going by this ratio, if it really was a squid or something similar, it would probably be hundreds of meters long. A squid that big would probably even hunt sperm whales. Then I kept scrolling down, but this post suddenly disappeared. When I clicked on it again, it said the post was no longer available. I had to use similar keywords to search elsewhere online and found this wasn't the first time this kind of thing happened. There had been many similar cases in the past month, but without exception, none of those links worked. Vaguely, I felt like the world I live in had changed a lot. I have to level up as fast as I can. With that thought, I immediately cleared all my browsing history, glanced at Lin Ruoshui, who was still fast asleep, and quietly left the bedroom, and went back to my own spot. With my current strength, my venom scales plus super agile moves, regular people can't beat me. If I just eat normal food, it fills me up too much and gives very little spiritual energy. I need to find more mutants. Plus, killing mutants gives me new skills, which makes me stronger. Today, Lin Ruoxu came home from work as usual. She'd been thinking about Xiao King and me all day. It's only been half a month, and I'm already 2 meters long. She looked up a lot of info online. No snake has ever grown this fast. Plus, these past 2 days, there have been all sorts of vague rumors about unknown creatures online, which made her thoughts a bit messy. She just got to the bottom of her apartment building when a luxury car drove past her, and then she heard a familiar voice. Lin Ruoxu looked over. A man was walking towards her. He looked like a proper guy on the surface, dressed like a successful businessman, which made her frown slightly. Lin Ruoxu works at an advertising agency. This guy is the son of one of her clients. Zhao Yuqian is basically a rich kid. Ever since they met once, he's been pestering her nonstop. Lin Ruoxu also heard that this guy uses his money to mess around with girls. He's a total player. Countless girls have been played by him, so Lin Ruoxu really doesn't like him. Mr. Zhao, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, don't be like that. I just came to see you. There's nothing to see here. After saying that, Lin Ruoxu turned to head home. Zhao Yuqian parked his car to the side and quickly followed her. Why are you hurrying so much? I came to talk to you about a project, Zhao Yuqian said with a grin. He didn't look angry at all, even though Lin Ruoxu was cold to him. Zhao Yuqian had super thick skin. Lin Ruoxu originally wanted to talk to him outside, but then she thought, if it was really about a project, talking outside wasn't really appropriate, and he might go complain to her boss, which would affect her job, so she brought him into the apartment complex. The second Lin Ruoxu entered the complex, I could already sense her scent. No way around it. My sense of smell is just too good. It works like a radar. I can sense things without even seeing them. But what I didn't expect was there was someone else with her today. Just when I was confused, the door was opened. Lin Ruoxu walked in with Zhao Yuqian. I was a little curious for a second. Zhao Yuqian pressed his face against the fish tank, staring at me. Xiaozhe, you have so many pets, and 2 snakes too. This white snake is so pretty. I thought to myself angrily, you're the pretty one. Your whole family is pretty. Then I suddenly shot my head forward, faking a strike. Zhao Yuqian yelped in shock, and backed up again and again. Lin Ruoxu saw Zhao Yuqian teasing the snakes, and got angry immediately. You scared him. Mr. Zhao, didn't you say you wanted to talk about the project? Zhao Yuqian picked up a glass of water, and stared at Lin Ruoxu without looking away. Then he sat on the sofa and patted the seat next to him. Come sit, Xiaozhe. Lin Ruoxu couldn't stand it anymore. She told Zhao Yuqian to call her by her full name. Stop calling her Xiaozhe all the time. I finally figured out what was going on at this point. This so-called Mr. Zhao must be a suitor of Lin Ruoxu, but judging from Lin Ruoxu's attitude, she didn't seem to like him at all. Ugh, this guy is so shameless. How dare he hit on my Lin Ruoxu? Wait, no, she's my poop scooper to be exact. The smell on this guy makes me super disgusted. It's a dislike for no apparent reason. Ruoxu also figured it out. He didn't come here to discuss the project at all, so she straight up asked him to leave. Zhao Yuqian's face instantly turned sour. He kept tapping his fingers on the glass coffee table. With my snake senses, I could feel this guy had some strength. Or rather, hostility. At the same time, Zhao Yuqian dropped the act and showed his true colors right away. He sneered, wow, you're really playing hard to get, huh? The last woman who acted this cold ended up totally obedient to me anyway. Come on, name your price. Lin Ruoxu's face flushed with anger when she heard that. She said word for word, get out of my house right now, or I'm calling the cops. That just riled Zhao Yuqian up even more. A creepy smile spread across his face. He stood up and suddenly grabbed Lin Ruoxu's arm, like a vicious wolf eyeing its prey, looking at this creep in front of her, who was acting so bold and unafraid. Lin Ruoxu panicked completely. Right now she was being held down hard by Zhao Yuqian. She couldn't move an inch. Tears of despair rolled down her cheeks. Just as Zhao Yuqian was about to make a move, he suddenly caught a flash of white from the corner of his eye. The next moment, he felt a sharp pain in his waist. He turned his head to look. A 2-meter-long white snake was biting his waist. Even though Zhao Yuqian was a bit scared of snakes, his vicious side was triggered. He reached out to grab me, but he grabbed nothing but thin air. I slithered like a bolt of white lightning and darted under the sofa in no time. Zhao Yuqian bent down to yank me out. The next second, he covered his nose. Howling in pain, he knew he definitely couldn't catch me, and was worried I was venomous, so he glared fiercely at Lin Ruoxu, then rushed off to the hospital. On the way, he even sneered at Lin Ruoxu lewdly. Go ahead and call the cops if you want. I didn't actually inject any venom, by the way. If I had injected venom, I'm 100% sure I could have killed Zhao Yuqian. Every venomous snake has different venom components. So, most snake bites need a specific anti-venom to treat. But I'm a mutated snake. King snakes and rat snakes are originally non-venomous. My venom came from a system mutation. It's one of a kind in the whole world. That's why hospitals definitely don't have anti-venom for my bite. If I had actually injected venom, that guy would have been a dead man. But killing someone in my own home is too much trouble. It would get Lin Ruoxiu and me in trouble, and cause unnecessary problems. I already left my pheromones on Zhao Yuqian's body as a marker. With my current sense of smell, I can track him from several kilometers away. Dajiang City isn't that big anyway. He's super easy to find. I'm basically a snake-shaped radar tracker right now. I can just look up his address later, pick a dark, windy night, and pay him a visit. I'll send him straight to hell then. On the other side, Lin Ruoxiu's mind was totally blank. She'd only heard of stuff like this happening online before, but now it was happening to her for real. It was so hard to process. As for me, I already scurried back to my little nest and coiled up nicely. I got the job done and slipped away. No need to show off my heroics. After a while, Lin Ruoxiu finally stopped crying. She walked over to me with red eyes. I was wondering what she was gonna do. Is she gonna throw herself at me as a thank you? Then I saw Lin Ruoxiu open the lid of my tank, stuck her pretty hand right in, and lifted me up in one go. Then she held me in her arms. To keep from falling, I had to wrap my body around Lin Ruoxiu's thin arm. All I could feel was how nice and soft she was. Who knew being a snake could be this awesome? Thank you for saving me, Xiaobai. After spending these days together, I knew you were really smart, but I never thought I'd be saved by you one day, Lin Ruoxiu said in a small voice. She started sobbing again as she spoke. I get it too. Anyone would act like this after such a blow. Xiaobai, do you think I should call the police? But I didn't record any audio or video just now. Calling the cops won't help anyway, right? Lin Ruoxiu was muttering to herself, while gently stroking my head. That guy looked so confident he had nothing to fear. I'm afraid reporting it won't work. But if it were me, I'd still call the police. I thought to myself, complaining silently. Even though I'm a pet snake. I'm at least 2 meters long, you know? How are you not scared holding me like this? Wait, honestly though, this feels pretty nice. Is this the joy of being a snake? The girl and the snake stayed like that for ages. The next day, Lin Ruoxiu went to work as usual. She ended up deciding not to call the police. Days passed by. Half a month flew by in the blink of an eye. Zhao Yuqian hadn't bothered Lin Ruoxiu during this time. I still snuck out at night to see if I could run into any xenomorphs, but I usually just hung around near the residential area. I basically got nothing out of it. For Lin Ruoxiu, after that incident, she never did live streams anymore. Sometimes when I played with Lin Ruoxiu's phone, I could see tons of Lin Ruoxiu's fans leaving messages for her. Most of them asked when she'd come back to stream, and other similar questions. Some comments even said they missed me in Shaoqing. That made me a little narcissistic. I didn't know I was this charming. At the same time, as my body grew bigger, my food switched from baby mice to adult white rats, but the spiritual energy I gained was still 10 points. At first I thought eating regular mice only gave me this much, until I tried eating other kinds of meat, like chick, duckling, and beef. After tons of tests, I always got 10 points of spiritual energy. That confused me a little. I thought bigger food would give more spiritual energy, but that didn't seem to be the case. It's probably that regular non-xenomorph creatures only give 10 points no matter how big they are. That means if I want to level up fast later, I have to eat xenomorphs. Like that mutated man-eating rat from the other day. A rat as big as a small cat actually gave me 1,000 points of spiritual energy. After I ate and drank my fill again, I pulled up my status panel. Race: Ultimate Mutant King Snake. Grade Level 3. 6,000 more spiritual energy needed to advance. This month, I often used Lin Ruoxiu's phone to surf the internet at night. Incidents about unknown deep-sea creatures were popping up more and more often, even though these posts and videos got deleted immediately. I could clearly tell the world was changing. Maybe people with resources and connections already knew some inside info. Us regular folks just had no clue. A sense of urgency crept up on me. In a Tianshui City residential area late at night, almost no one was hanging around outside. The odd stray cat would dart past once in a while. In the bushes, my body slithered like a white flash of light. The reason I came out tonight was that I sensed again traces of that Zhao Yuqian guy. I was just curious what he was doing up so late. He was only around 3 kilometers away from me. If I went full speed, I could get there in 5 minutes tops. But I had to avoid security cameras along the way, so it took a lot longer. I wish I could turn invisible. Wonder if there are xenomorphs that can turn invisible. I soon arrived at the empty lot in front of an unfinished building. A van and a sports car were parked there. Two guys were chatting in the open space. One of them was exactly Zhao Yuqian. The other was a man wearing a face mask. The man was carrying a black suitcase in his hand. I snuck around from behind the two men, then hid in the bushes. I wanted to hear what they were talking about. Suddenly, a system notification popped up in my head. A xenomorph is wandering ahead. Then, I used my insight talent on the two men in front of me. Lines of information started appearing. Humanoid xenomorph, grade 2, skill, fire control. Gather spiritual power in the body to create small flames. Deal explosion damage. This is basically a walking human lighter. My heart skipped a beat. I didn't expect there were actually humans that turned into xenomorphs, and even mastered fire powers. That made me really curious. What's the background of that masked man? I was thinking to myself, while listening to the two men talk. Young Master Zhao, did you bring the money? Don't forget I only take gold, okay? Where's the stuff? I need to check it first. The gold's in my car. Zhao Yuqian pointed at his sports car. The man chuckled, put the box on the ground and opened it. I can't see what's inside from my angle, but that guy pulled a syringe out of the box. It seemed to be filled with a red, blood-like liquid. It also gave off a faint golden glow. It looked really amazing. We caught this in Tianshui River a while back, from the level 4 exotic beast Gold Flame Devourer. It's been purified by our company. It's totally good stuff. Once you inject this, do some training and development, you'll become a level 1 elemental superhuman, with the power to control fire. As he spoke, the man held out his right hand. A tiny flame suddenly popped up on his fingertip. Then the little flame shot out and exploded on the ground not far away. It left a small crater in the concrete ground. Even though the flame looked super weak, its power was actually pretty impressive. Wonder if it can break through my defense. What do you think, Mr. Zhao? As long as you keep injecting after about 10 doses, you can reach my level, which is level 2 superhuman. Once you truly master this power, you'll be addicted to it. It won't be long before the real spiritual energy tide comes and more people will become superhumans. The interstellar fate is about to begin. Don't you want to stay ahead of the curve for interstellar fate? The masked man blew on his smoking finger and said with a smile, seeing Zhao Yuqian thinking and staying silent, obviously not trusting him. The man immediately pretended to be disappointed and turned to leave. Zhao Yuqian hesitated for a moment with a struggling look. He quickly grabbed the masked man, then he ran to his car and struggled to carry out a small box. When he opened it, it was full of gold bars. You better not lie to me. Even if you're superhumans, I'll still kill you, Zhao Yuqian said harshly. The man ignored Zhao Yuqian's threat. He checked the gold bars and left the spot. The whole time, the two of them didn't notice that in the nearby bushes. I was there. After the deal was done, Zhao Yuqian smoked a cigarette while walking aside to make a call. I took advantage of his inattention and quietly slipped through the open car door into the car. Then I hid in the back seat. Zhao Yuqian came back after the call. He put the box on the passenger seat and drove off. The streets were empty late at night. Zhao Yuqian was driving fast. He had no idea a white snake was hiding in the back seat. When the car reached the viaduct, a white shadow flashed past. I suddenly shot out and coiled around Zhao Yuqian's neck immediately. I squeezed hard, activating the deadly strangle skill. Zhao Yuqian didn't have time to react at all. He just felt a strong force on his neck. The suffocating feeling made him want to yank me off his neck, but he found it was useless. It was also the first time I fully felt how powerful I was. According to the system's judgment, that fire-controlling superhuman was only level 2, but I'm level 3. Because the power I have is totally beyond ordinary people's understanding. Zhao Yuqian's face turned purple from suffocation. A strong sense of suffocation hit him. His feet struggled unconsciously. The whole sports car suddenly rushed off the viaduct and fell into Tianshui River until Zhao Yuqian stopped struggling completely and water flowed into the car. I confirmed he was totally dead. Before I crawled out of the car, "Bye, Mr. Zhao. Be careful when driving next time, or you'll get killed." Even though it was my first time killing someone, I didn't feel any discomfort at all. Maybe it's because the natural cold blood of snakes affected my mind. I didn't rush to go ashore. I've been wandering around the residential area these days. Now that I think about it, except for small variants like mice, Most variants definitely live in less populated areas. After all, right now, these variants' strength is pretty average. If they live in the city, they'll all get caught by people in no time, or even eaten. Taking this opportunity, I'll wander around Tinshui River to see if I can run into any variants. As for that box of syringes, they hold the liquid that turns people into superhumans. I used my insight skill to check it out, but the system gave no notification, so I just left it alone. With my level 3 scent perception skill active, it works just like a radar, scanning for scents in the surrounding waters. Most of them come from ordinary creatures. After searching for roughly an hour, I realized I was almost at the estuary of the Tianshui River when an unusual scent popped up again. It was a strange type of scent, coming from around 1 kilometer away from me. I carefully swam toward that direction. A moment later, I stopped in the water above a patch of sand. According to my scent perception, I detected that the scent was coming from the sand nearby. There was a dark cave there. The scent was coming right out of it. Right then, a system notification popped up. There is a sleeping mutant below. Species, Blackwater electric eel. Rank, level 3, skills, electric shock, bite. It can release powerful electric current instantly, 10 times stronger than a regular electric eel. Never wake it up. Looking at the system notification, I still had a lingering fear, even though my scales are super tough. If I got hit by that electricity, I definitely wouldn't be able to handle it. Other animals would have a really hard time dealing with this thing. But I actually had a plan. I slowly swam downward toward it. When I was less than a meter away from the eel, I became even more careful, afraid I would wake it up. Once I was 50 centimeters away from it, I knew it was my chance. So I lunged forward suddenly, my tongue cutting through the water and bit hard onto the eel's body. I injected the full dose of venom crazily. My venom sac was emptied instantly. The eel woke up in pain, its head sticking out of the cave, while I was already retreating, swimming as fast as I could toward the shore. In just a few seconds, I pulled dozens of meters away from the eel, hearing the zapping buzzing sound. My scalp was tingling like crazy. The eel had no idea who bit it out of nowhere, so it started discharging electricity on instinct. I felt that the murky water behind me, which had no light at all, suddenly lit up with a blue flash. All nearby passing fish got shocked, dizzy, and disoriented, and died right on the spot. Even I was pretty far away, and I still felt a little tingly and numb. Luckily, I already made it to the shore. Now I just had to wait for the venom to kick in. Snakes are best at sneak attacks. We are not good at head-on fights. So I really made the most of this advantage. At the same time, I was not sure if I could poison to death this same level Blackwater electric eel. The blue light flickered underwater for a little while. Who knows how many innocent fish died because of it? I kept locking onto the Blackwater electric eel's scent. In my perception, the eel's scent was getting weaker and weaker. About half an hour later, I got back into the water again and went down to the river bottom. That eel was lying there motionless right now, with no signs of life at all. This made me realize how great using poison is. Strike successfully once, run far away immediately, and just wait for your opponent to die. But for a powerful mutant like the Blackwater electric eel, the venom takes longer to kick in. Only then did I realize how huge this eel was. It was around 3 meters long, as thick as a water bucket. After confirming the eel was dead, I started eating. 3 days passed in a blink. It took me a full 3 days to finish devouring this Blackwater electric eel. The system's notification sounded right after, "You have devoured the Blackwater electric eel. You obtain 10,000 spirit points. You can acquire one of the target's skills. Since the target has 2 skills, electric shock and bite, you can choose one skill to take." I made my choice without any hesitation. Who would say no to being a shock boy? You have acquired skill 3, level 3 electric shock. You can release up to 10,000 volts of electricity to attack enemies. Looking at this skill description, I was over the moon. With this skill, my power got a massive boost instantly. Whoever annoys me from now on, I'll just give them a round of electrotherapy to cure their internet addiction. Also, my spirit points have broken through 10,000 now, meeting the requirement for advancement. But I didn't rush to advance right away, because it's a bit dangerous here. I'm super vulnerable when I'm molting. I'll fall into a deep sleep and easily become a target for other mutated creatures. Besides, I've been away from home for 3 days. I wonder if Lin Rockshu is worried sick about me. She must be missing me like crazy. As for this little trip outside, I'm super satisfied with it. I'd say it's been totally rewarding. First off, I killed Zhao Yuqian without anyone noticing. That guy probably never knew a snake killed him right before he died, and I got 10,000 spirit points too. Most importantly, I learned a powerful new skill. When it was dead quiet in the middle of the night, I snuck off in the direction of home. After I got back home, I first popped into Lin Ruxu's bedroom to check on her. She was sleeping, but the corners of her eyes looked a little red. I figured out what was going on. I unlocked Lin Ruxu's phone and typed in supernatural beings, but I didn't find the info I was looking for. That left me pretty helpless. So I ended up giving up. Then I snuck back to my own little nest. Do you want to start advancing now? The system alert sounded again. This time I chose to start. The next second, an extremely huge surge of energy rushed into my body. This energy was way stronger than what I'd felt before, like tons bigger. It even came with sharp pain. I let out soft hissing sounds and kept twisting and rolling my body around. I don't know how long passed. I just felt like I was surrounded by total darkness. I looked around everywhere. There was only darkness, like I was wrapped up in something. I tried my best to stretch upwards when I heard a sharp crack sound, like the sound of glass shattering. Light started to shine through the darkness above my head, and fresh air rushed in right after. Then I heard Lin Ruxu's anxious voice. Is that you, Xiaobai? Where have you been these past few days? I felt the surging power inside my body, and the system alert went off again at the same time. You have awakened the passive skill Spirit Snake Agility. All skills have been upgraded by 1 level. I looked at the rows of skill upgrade notifications and felt incredibly happy. And my current race has successfully advanced to Silver Frost Spirit Snake. Spirit Snake Agility is an extremely powerful passive skill. Thanks to this advancement, all my physical attributes have gotten a full boost. My strength, speed, and all other aspects have had a qualitative improvement again. I think at my current stage, my strength has already surpassed any existing snake species in nature. I'm afraid only the Titanoboa that went extinct and became fossils in prehistoric times can compare to me. My speed has already surpassed the limit of normal snakes. The power boost from this advancement is at least 10 times more than before. After I finished sorting out my skills, I climbed out of the aquarium easily, like I'd done it 100 times. My 3-meter-long body coiled around Lin Ruoxu. Xiaobai, where did you go? I thought I lost you. What? Lin Ruoxu started crying again. That left me pretty helpless. Xiaobai, you've grown again. Lin Ruoxu looked at my longer body. But it's okay though. If you get any bigger, we won't have space for you in the house. You're not allowed to sneak out again in the future, okay? Lin Ruoxu stroked my head. I thought for a second and nodded. Xiaobai is such a good boy. So smart, I'll go get you some white mice to eat. After saying that, Lin Ruoxu went to the fridge to get me the mice. Actually, for me right now, these ordinary creatures only fill up my hunger meter. Just to keep me from feeling hungry, the spirit points I get from them are completely negligible. If I only ate mice to fill the 100,000 point spirit progress bar, I'd have to eat 10,000 of them. I feel like throwing up just thinking about it. But to spare Lin Ruoxu's feelings, I still obediently ate all the mice. As someone who grew up in an orphanage, Lin Ruoxu's concern makes me feel all warm inside. It's been over a month since I turned into a snake. Even now, I still feel like I'm living in a dream. I turned into a snake, met my old classmate, and now I've got all these cool abilities. This snake life is wild. It's so exciting. That night when I was scrolling on my phone, I saw a news report on social media. A certain rich second generation drove his luxury car off a bridge and drowned. The police are currently investigating the cause of death. A lot of the comments below were celebrating his death. I was totally relieved after seeing that. No matter how much they investigate, they'll never trace it back to me. I'm just an innocent little white snake that wouldn't hurt a fly. The clock struck 2 a.m. I stood on the balcony of the 7th floor. The lower half of my body was tensed up. It's hunting time. Then I launched myself out like a spring. I twist my body in midair to control my direction. With just that one leap, I already landed on the building opposite, and the gap between the two buildings is dozens of meters wide. I bet even Spider-Man can't do better than that, right? That made me feel super pumped inside. It's not actual flying, sure, but the feeling is almost just as good as flying. This is what real wall scaling and roof leaping is. I'm like a white bolt of lightning in the concrete jungle, zipping back and forth. The speed is way faster than crawling on the ground. Plus, I don't have to worry about being caught on security cameras. At the same time, my spiritual sense scans the area for certain signals. Down on the ground, A young couple heading home late is strolling down the street. They're being all lovey-dovey every few seconds, hugging and cuddling nonstop. I felt a random surge of annoyance looking at them. Suddenly, the girl points at the sky and yells, "Babe, look! There's a snake in the sky!" The boy looks up, then says confusedly, "What the hell? Babe, you're messing with me. There's nothing there." "It's real. How can you not believe me? Let's break up. Meanwhile, I'm still enjoying this feeling of leaping between tall buildings. Soon enough, I showed up outside the office buildings in the commercial district. This is the tallest building in Tianshui City, Tianshui Financial Center Tower, around the 70th to 80th floor. Even though it's already late at night, there are still overworked corporate drones pulling overtime here. I couldn't help but sigh a little at this. Once upon a time, I was just like these overworked office workers too, stuck in an office building working overtime every single day. It was absolutely miserable, to say the least. A guy coming back from the bathroom was just about to get back to work at his desk when he suddenly saw by the floor-to-ceiling window a 3-meter-long white snake hanging vertically on the glass. He screamed in terror, just as he was about to take out his phone to take a picture. I was already long gone, because I picked up a certain kind of aura coming from a nearby high-rise building, the Tang Group building. Through my temporary sensory scan, I detected auras of several different types of xenomorphs, weirdly gathered all in one place. But none of their auras were very strong. The Tang Group is one of the largest family-owned businesses in Tianshui. They mainly work in real estate, but of course they have their hands in many other industries too. Their business empire is huge. Its founder is Tang Huayuan, who ranks in the top 50 of the Eastern continent's richest list. Right now, in the underground parking lot of the Tang Group building, 2 people stand out particularly. One of them has snow-white hair, but stands perfectly straight. An old man wearing a Tang suit. The other is a girl with a ponytail, wearing a tracksuit. She looks like she's only 12 or 13 years old. Next to the 2 of them are 2 tall, muscular bodyguards. Tang Huayuan is about to take his granddaughter, Tang Xinyue, back to their training hall to rest and get ready for tomorrow's martial arts training. As the founder of the richest Tang Group in Tianshui City, the nearly 70-year-old Tang Huayuan still looks sharp and energetic, vital despite his old age. "Grandpa, I don't want to go back to the martial arts hall tonight," Tang Xinyue says nervously with her hands behind her back. "I don't want to practice martial arts tomorrow." After saying that, she looks carefully at the stern-faced Tang Huayuan. Tang Huayuan pauses for a moment. His expression softens and pats the little girl's head. His old voice is still full of energy. "Xiao Yue, right now, we are in the once-in-a-century spiritual energy revival era, the perfect time for martial artists to rise to power. Ever since the Dharma ending era came hundreds of years ago, spiritual energy dried up. Martial arts declined. Less than 10% of it survived. You are the most promising talent of the Tang family, able to break through to the Xiantian realm before you turn 30. You even have a shot at reaching the realm above Xiantian. You are the Tang family's last hope. Nowadays, why do the 4 great families of the Eastern continent hold so much power? At the end of the day, it's because these 4 families have many Xiantian realm martial arts grandmasters, and what's more, they might even have old monsters above the Xiantian realm backing them. Right now, the spiritual energy tide is about to sweep across the entire world. Demonic beasts, the Western continent's arcanists, and the demons hiding in the shadows will all step onto the stage of history. Without strength, you could lose your life at any time in the coming new era. Tang Huayuan's voice was loud and eye-opening. Even me, eavesdropping from far away, couldn't help but applaud. I learned a lot of new stuff. I already used my insight skill on the most obvious pair, of the old man and the little girl in front of me. The old man is a humanoid xenomorph, rank 3. His skills are Hunyuan skill and Hunyuan palm. What shocked me was that, turns out the little girl is a level 2 variant too. Of course, as someone with a human soul, I would never eat people to level up. It's just that from what this old man said, I heard something I'm pretty interested in. That's why I didn't leave right away. The old man's eyes glinted with a strange light, but 12-year-old Tang Xinyue couldn't understand what the old man was saying at all. The old man couldn't help sighing. He was filled with helplessness. Then he looked at his granddaughter dotingly and said, "Take tomorrow off, okay? Does that work for you?" After Tang Xinyue heard this, she quickly got into the car. She happily sat in the back seat, skillfully took out her phone, and started playing games. Tang Huayuan said to the driver in front, "Old Liu, let's go, head home to rest." "We're not going to the martial arts hall today." But old Liu, the driver sitting in front, didn't respond. The air was unnaturally quiet. Right at this moment, 3 strange noises started to appear. Hearing those weird sounds ring out, Tang Huayuan immediately sensed something was wrong. He carried his granddaughter and got out of the car. He saw the 2 bodyguards and old Liu, the driver, standing there with blank expressions, making weird noises from their mouths. "You're not old Liu? Who are you?" Tang Huayuan roared angrily. The aura of a peak Hudian realm practitioner burst out. I could see that there was a unique energy field around Tang Huayuan, but those 3 people said nothing, and white steam started rising from their bodies. Suddenly, old Liu's clothes started ripping apart, and his body began to swell. The other 2 bodyguards also went through the exact same change. White steam filled the air, along with a hissing sound from the steam, just like a steam engine starting up, making really weird noises. At the same time, the 3 people's body size started increasing, like inflating balloons, looking super bizarre. Even I, a random bystander watching the show, was dumbfounded. A moment later, 3 monsters around 3 meters tall, looking like little giants, and ugly as hell, appeared in the underground garage. One had a pig's head on a human body, thick white fur growing wildly all over its body, sharp fangs sticking out of the corner of its mouth, glinting with cold light. Drool was dripping down from its mouth. Another one had a rooster's head on a human body, with black feathers growing all over its body. Its arms had turned into black wings, emitting black mist. The last one actually had a snake's head on a human body, with scales the size of fingernails all over its body. Wait, what shocked me the most was that I used my insight skill on these 3 at the very start, but the system didn't send any alert. Only the old man and the little girl triggered an alert. That made me subconsciously assume these bodyguards and the driver were just regular people. Looking at it now, the system isn't all powerful. I need to be more careful from now on. Then I had a thought, and used insight on the 3 of them again. This time I got a result. All 3 are unknown humanoid variants, and their rank has reached level 3. The reason the system didn't alert me at first is that when these 3 were in human form, the system categorized them as regular people, not variants. On the other side, seeing this huge transformation, Tang Huayuan was furious with a hint of fear mixed in. He knew he was in deep trouble. So he shielded Tang Xinyue behind him and told her to get out of here fast. Tang Xinyue shook her head and said firmly, "Grandpa, don't you forget, I'm also a martial artist. I'm not leaving. I actually want to test my current strength anyway." Tang Huayuan wanted to say something more, but ended up not speaking. He got into a fighting stance and chose to attack first. He shot forward like a cannonball, heading straight for the 3 surrounding demons. Very quickly, he was fighting with the pig-headed humanoid demon. Every punch landed solidly. At the same time, the other snake-headed demon also joined the fight. Tang Huayuan's pressure doubled instantly, and he immediately fell into a disadvantage. These demons have super thick skin and are completely fearless. They've totally lost their humanity. They only have their bloodthirsty instinct left. Fighting one is already hard enough. Having to fight 2 means Tang Huayuan probably can't hold on for more than a few minutes. He'll end up getting eaten by the demons eventually. As for Tang Xinyue, she's fighting the rooster-headed humanoid, feather-covered demon. But after all, she's only a mid-Hushan realm internal strength martial artist. She's completely outmatched against the demon. If her combat awareness wasn't pretty solid, and she didn't know how to use the surrounding terrain, she would have collapsed long ago. Third move of Hunyuan Palm. Hunyuan shatters the heavens. Tang Huayuan just used his strongest move. With a loud bang, the pig-headed demon he was fighting got sent flying by the palm strike. It slammed hard into a car, and the car got totally dented. But the next second, the injured pig-headed demon still stumbled shakily towards them. That made Tang Huayuan feel totally desperate. He probably wouldn't last until backup arrived. Who would have thought one day I'd get killed by a demon on the Tang family's turf? I'm not accepting this. Right at that moment, the snake-headed humanoid demon landed a cheap shot on Tang Huayuan. It swiped out with its scale-covered claw. Even though he tried his best to protect his body, a vicious and terrifying gash still appeared on Tang Huayuan's body. The skin around the wound already turned purplish blue, and it was poisoned too. At the same time, the pig-headed demon was charging straight at him, like a rampaging rhino. Once he gets hit, he'll be smashed to bits for sure. But right now he was too weak to dodge. "Xinyue, Grandpa is so sorry, kiddo." Tang Huayuan looked at Xinyue, who was also in really bad shape. Her tiny body was already covered in wounds. but she still tried her best to fight off the demon. But she was clearly at a disadvantage too. She couldn't hold on much longer. Tang Huayuan wanted to kill the demon so badly, but there was nothing he could do to turn the tide now. His strength was completely exhausted. So he slowly closed his eyes, getting ready for death to come. But the expected death never came. At the last second, he saw a flash of white light. The charging, pig-headed demon was suddenly sent flying backwards. Its body slammed hard into a wall, and cracks appeared on the wall. "Wait, is that a snake?" After he saw what the white light was clearly, Tang Huayuan was stunned. I moved like a bolt of white lightning and lashed out hard with my tail. A sharp whoosh cut through the air. The next second, the head of the pig-headed demon got ripped clean off its body and rolled around on the ground. When the snake-headed demon saw this, it opened its disgusting, pus-filled mouth. Black liquid came flying straight at me. I dodged immediately and unleashed a level 4 super electric shock at the same time. Blue electric arcs shot out from my snake tail and hit the snake-headed demon right on its body. The smell of burnt stuff filled the air. The snake-headed demon fell stiffly to the ground. It was already completely charred. Its scales were cracking off one by one. It was deader than dead. Tang Huayuan was totally dumbfounded. In just a short moment, the two terrifying, ferocious demons from earlier. One got beheaded. The other turned into charcoal. When the chicken-headed demon saw this, it seemed to feel fear. It flapped its wings as hard as it could, trying to fly away from this place. Too bad it was already too late, before it could even fly up. I'd already jumped right above its head. I lashed out with my tail and slammed it straight down to the ground from midair. It was smashed to pieces on the spot. The grandpa and granddaughter were completely stunned now. Tang Xinyue swallowed hard and asked her grandpa in a trembling voice, "Is this white snake a demon too?" "Probably not. Maybe it's some kind of spirit beast." Tang Huayuan also had a confused look on his face. Why would this snake-like spirit beast save me? Looking at the monster corpses all over the ground, I asked the system. These things are edible, but I had zero desire to eat them at all. These things are way too disgusting. Plus, I keep feeling these things used to be human. I couldn't bring myself to take a bite at all. Tang Huayuan remembered the old folks' legends. Spirit beasts can speak human language when they reach a certain level. Even though this white snake looks pretty small in size, its power is insanely terrifying. It took out 3 demons in an instant that are as strong as Haotian Huajin level martial artists. It also seems to control the power of lightning. It's at least a Shantian level spirit beast. Calling it Senior won't make me lose face. So he asked carefully, "Senior, can you speak human language?" I coiled up on the ground when I heard that. Looking at the 2 people in front of me, I shook my head in a human-like way. I felt really frustrated inside. Not being able to talk sucks so bad. Right then, I saw the phone Tang Xinyue dropped during the fight on the ground. I had a light bulb moment. I slithered over, picked up the phone with my tail and handed it to the girl. Then I coiled myself on top of the girl's head. I flicked my tongue toward the phone screen to point at it. "Little white snake, do you want me to unlock this for you?" This girl is pretty smart. She figured out what I meant right away. When she saw me nod my head, Tang Xinyue said excitedly, "Grandpa, look. The little snake can nod. Call him Senior. Where are your manners?" Tang Huayuan was panicking like crazy inside. This is an insanely powerful demon beast. It clearly has extremely high intelligence too. It just can't speak. You're calling it little snake. If this snake ancestor gets mad, the 2 of us, grandpa and granddaughter, are going to be saying goodbye to this world again. After the little girl unlocked the phone, I set the phone down on the ground. I used the tip of my tail like a finger to open the phone's notes app. You can call me Mr. Bai. I have a few questions I want to ask you. When Tang Huayuan and Tang Xinyue saw me type this line of text with my tail, they were fully convinced that I was some terrifying, highly intelligent demon beast. Tang Huayuan immediately spoke respectfully. "Feel free to ask whatever you want, Senior. I will tell you everything I know. Hold nothing back." Tang Xinyue was also watching all this curiously. What happened today was more surreal than a dream. First, a person suddenly turned into a mythical demon. Then right when they were about to get eaten by the demon, they got saved by a super smart white snake demon beast. And the white snake actually knows how to use a phone. Tang Xinyue's little brain was seriously wondering if there was a human living inside this snake's body. Tang Huayuan was also super shocked. Normal demon beasts don't have very high intelligence. Only the level 7 and above ones called demon kings in legends could have intelligence equal to a human's. A level 7 demon beast, that's a realm above the Jantian level. That's a demon king equivalent to a reclusive old monster. Could this plain-looking snake actually be a demon king? The grandpa and granddaughter kept making up wild scenarios in their heads. Meanwhile, I typed another line of text. What are demons? And what are martial artists? Tell me every piece of information you know about this. Seeing this, Tang Huayuan thought he understood what was going on. He figured I must be a demon king who had been cultivating in seclusion deep in some remote mountains this whole time. And I barely knew anything about the supernatural world. So he quickly explained, Senior, how about this? It's not convenient to talk here. Let's get in the car first and talk there. Right at this moment, the backup Tang Xinyu called earlier finally arrived. Burn all these corpses. Tang Huayuan gave a few instructions to the people from his clan. Then he made a please gesture toward me. All the clan members that came were totally confused. Why is old Master Tang talking to a white snake like that? Did he get dementia? They thought that, of course, but they didn't dare show it on their faces. They just couldn't figure it out at all. What on earth is the old master up to? Seeing the old man invite me to get in the car. I wasn't scared that he would hurt me. With my current strength, killing both of them would be as easy as flipping my hand. So I followed them and got in the car. Senior, please allow me to introduce myself first. I'm Tang Huayuan, the 18th generation heir of the Tang family, Xuanzi, and chairman of the Tang group. This is my granddaughter, Tang Xinyu. We still owe you our thanks for saving both of us, Senior. If you need any help in the future, just say the word, Senior. I will do everything in my power to help. Tang Huayuan was already making plans in his head. Right now, the Tang family doesn't even have a single Xiantian-level expert. Although Tang Xinyu has the potential to become a Xiantian expert in the future, that future is too far away. Right now, spiritual energy is reviving. Spiritual power tides are sweeping across the world. Attacks like the demon assault tonight will probably become a regular occurrence from now on. We need to get on a powerful patron's good side as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if that patron isn't even human. Seeing this old man ramble on and on, I cut him off directly. No need to talk about other stuff. Just tell me what I want to know. I'm just a little white snake. How was I supposed to know? This old man in front of me had made up so much stuff in his head. Him calling me Senior over and over made me feel really awkward. Both of my lives combined, I'm only in my 20s. What demon king? What Xiantian expert? When it comes to the supernatural world, I'm a total newbie right now. If it weren't for the system, I'd probably still be just like Shao King, sitting in a box every day doing nothing but eat and wait to die. Let me start with the supernatural powers I know about so far. First are martial artists. People like me, for example. People like us have actually existed for a very long time. We had different names in different eras. Pre-Qin period, we called ourselves chi refiners back then. We drew spiritual energy from heaven and earth. Put simply, ordinary people use special breathing exercises to absorb that spiritual energy, to strengthen their bodies, gradually surpass the limits of ordinary humans, and pursue the ultimate goal of immortality. But after the cutting the connection between heaven and earth event, the three realms of heaven, earth, and humanity stopped interacting with each other. The most direct impact was that ordinary people could no longer practice cultivation and ascend to the higher upper realm. And as the spiritual energy of heaven and earth kept being consumed, there's barely any left now. So we stopped calling ourselves chi refiners and started calling ourselves martial artists instead. The Haotian level of the martial artist path is divided into outer realm, inner realm, and transformation realm. I, your junior, am at the transformation realm level. Above Haotian, there's Xiantian, and there are higher realms above Xiantian too. But this old man doesn't know what they are. Besides martial artists, there are 3 other types of beings with extraordinary powers. Demon beasts are one of them. But people nowadays prefer to call them exotic beasts. For example, Senior, you are one of this kind. All things have souls. Any being with an aperture can practice cultivation. So demon beasts are as old as artifact refiners. They also barely survived till the near ancient times. They just changed their name to exotic beasts. Hearing this, I basically got it. Exotic beasts are demon beasts. They are one category in the system's classification. Martial artists are chi refiners. They also fall into one category. These two are very similar in essence, except one absorbs spiritual energy of heaven and earth to practice. The other absorbs the essence of the sun and moon to practice. And with the help of the system, I've basically taken the demon beast path too. Tang Huayuan paused for a moment, then continued. But demon beasts usually have low intelligence. Someone as smart as you, Senior, with intelligence no different from a normal human, is very rare. Normally, only level 7 and above demon beasts can have intelligence equal to that of a normal human. Level 1 to 3 exotic beasts correspond to the Hudian level. Level 4 to 6 correspond to the Gentian level. Level 7 and above are levels above Gentian. Besides exotic beasts, over the past hundreds of years in the near ancient times, with the development of human science and technology, another extraordinary system emerged. These people extract blood and essences from exotic beasts, or things like DNA and genes, and fuse them into human bodies. They like to call themselves transcendents. Martial artists call them hetero blood users, meaning people whose blood is different from ordinary people. This method of enhancing power has huge downsides, but the advantage is that it works fast. No cultivation is needed, and the strong bloodline can be passed down to the next generation. So the next generation is born with extraordinary power. Hearing this, I suddenly felt everything make sense. I thought of the masked man I traded with Zhao Yuqian before, who called himself a level 2 transcendent. Isn't he a hetero blood user now that I think about it? Tang Huayuan took a sip of water, then continued, as for demons and monsters, they are a terrifying existence that's hard to describe. Demons can take human form, hide among the crowd, and hunt people for food whenever they want. As for the origin of demons, the mainstream saying now is that demons were once humans. They lost their human reason and humanity. The scariest part is, they will take on the appearance of the people they eat, and even have those people's memories. Legend says eating people can restore part of their reason. If they don't eat people for a long time, they will reveal their true form. So when you see a demon, no matter if you're a martial artist or a hetero blood user, everyone should kill them immediately. Of course, only if you can beat them first. Hearing this, I couldn't help but feel my hair stand on end. I started getting paranoid, always feeling everyone around me was a demon. This is something even the system can't identify. Although their strength might not be strong, they are really impossible to guard against. They're total sneaky bastards. Tang Huayuan drove the whole way, and told me a lot of common sense about the extraordinary world at the same time. When we finally said goodbye, he even wanted to give me a new phone, but I turned him down. I was worried he might have tampered with it, but Tang Huayuan gave me a piece of paper in the end, with a mysterious website on it, as well as some account numbers and passwords. In the early hours of the morning, I finally got home. In the bedroom, Lin Ruoxu was still lying there sleeping spread-eagled. Her posture was very graceful. I climbed onto her bed like I'd done it 100 times, then unlocked her phone, and entered the website written on the white paper. The website you are visiting is risky. Would you like to proceed? After I selected proceed, a pop-up appeared on the page asking for account and password, along with an invitation code. After I filled in all required information, a line of text popped up. House of Transcendence. Welcome to our platform. The House of Transcendence was co-founded by all major prestigious families. It's basically a platform for information exchange and item trading. After I finished all post-login procedures, I finally managed to get into this legendary website packed with transcendence. There are two main sections once you log in. They are the East Continent section led by the 4 great martial arts families, and the West Continent section led by Castle William, the Pale Tower, and other forces. I didn't pay attention to that for now. The West Continent section is way too far away for me. The East Continent section mainly includes information exchange, bounty quests, and martial arts tournament sections. There are only 2 universal currencies on the House of Transcendence. The first one is gold. The other one is contribution points. Every member of the House of Transcendence Forum can earn contribution points by completing bounty quests, turning in exotic beast materials, or providing location information of exotic beasts. You can also earn contribution points by competing. In the martial arts tournament, contribution points and gold are mutually exchangeable. 1 contribution point equals 1 kilogram of gold. That's super valuable, to say the least. What I care more about is information on exotic beasts. It's the only source I can safely eat right now. To get a huge amount of spiritual energy, I typed exotic beast as the search keyword. Soon a list of related posts showed up. Just posts about already discovered level 7 exotic beasts. We're more than a dozen in total, but most of them are in the deep sea. I originally wanted to go wander around in the sea. After seeing this, I decided to power up first before heading to the ocean. I scrolled through exotic beast-related posts one by one. A few posts caught my attention. All of them were in the Tianshui City regional section. One post was selling various level 2 exotic beast materials. Another user found the habitat of a level 3 exotic beast. and is looking for teammates to hunt it together. Requirements: 2 level 2 Transcendence. Interested applicants can meet at Blue Sky Cafe at 9 p.m. tomorrow. But the last post left me completely speechless. Shocking. I spotted a snake-type exotic beast tonight, and it was flying in the sky. I have photos to prove it. I clicked into the post to check. Though the photo was really blurry, I recognized right away that it was me, but it's no big deal. So I didn't pay much attention to it. After thinking it over, I decided to go to Blue Sky Cafe tomorrow night to check it out. That level 3 exotic beast is mine now. Just now, through Tang Huayuan's introduction, I learned a lot of common knowledge about the transcendent world and got a website link. That's home to a ton of transcendence. I found a piece of news about an exotic beast here, and it's a level 3 exotic beast at that. If I can successfully eat it, I'll get another huge amount of spiritual power. That's why I decided to go to Blue Sky Cafe tomorrow night. The next morning, Lin Ruoxia woke up, still half asleep. She felt like last night. There was something on her bed. Then she looked to her right. A white snake was coiled up on her bed, staring right at her. Lin Ruoxia got a huge fright, though she isn't scared of me normally. Whoever wakes up in the morning to see a white snake coiled next to their pillow would be scared half to death. Seeing this, I wrapped my tail around Lin Ruoxia's phone and typed a line in the notes. Don't panic. I'm Xiaobai. I'm just a cute little white snake. A slightly smarter than average little white snake. When Lin Ruoxia saw this, she thought she was dreaming. So she pulled the covers over her head to go back to sleep. But I flipped the covers off with my tail directly. But what surprised me was, Lin Ruoxia wasn't sleeping naked today. Lin Ruoxia felt her covers being pulled off. So she opened her eyes to check and saw me typing on her phone again. I'll give you half an hour. If you can accept this fact by then, we'll talk more. After typing that, I coiled up on the side to rest. Time passed by minute by minute. I could even hear Lin Ruoxia's heartbeat. So what exactly are you? Lin Ruoxia calmed down and asked. I replied, I'm Xiaobai. You can think of me as a snake demon, but up until now, I can't turn into a human. I can't even talk. I can only communicate with you through text. Lin Ruoxia watched me type flexibly on the phone and mumbled to herself, you type even faster than I do. As long as you're still Xiaobai, that's all that matters. You scared me to death. I thought you were some evil alien. So monsters actually exist in this world, right? After reading that, I typed another message. Yep, and there will be more and more of them in the future. Are those monsters good or bad? Lin Ruoxia thought of all the stories from Strange Tales from a Chinese studio. No idea, but I think for us humans, most of them are probably bad. After reading that line, Lin Ruoxia asked with a confused look, Hey, Xiaobai, are you a good guy? No, 'cause I'm a good snake. I hit send. I could clearly tell Lin Ruoxia was super speechless. Anyway, I won't hurt you, otherwise I wouldn't have saved you back then. Lin Ruoxia nodded after reading that. That makes sense, actually. Thank you, Xiaobai. I wouldn't even be alive right now without you. I typed a line smugly after reading her words. No worries, it was nothing. After all, I've eaten so many of your mice. But what I didn't expect was that Lin Ruoxia laughed right away and said, You have hands? That left me totally speechless. So all the stuff I did at home, you saw everything, right? Like when I get home and change clothes and stuff. I nodded with a flick of my tongue. I saw it all, and I even wanted to remind you, don't sleep naked at home from now on. Relax, I'm a snake. I don't have those worldly desires. Lin Ruoxia burst out laughing. How can I believe that a snake with no worldly desires? Why do you keep sneaking into a girl's bedroom? To play with her phone? Snakes need mental entertainment too, you know. If you're really a monster, how do you even know how to use human electronics? Come on, lady, even monsters need to keep up. With the times, all right? Maybe in places you can't see. There are tons of monsters hiding among humans, playing games, and the next second they get so mad at a trash teammate that they open their mouths wide and eat you. After saying that, I opened my mouth. My sharp fangs glinted coldly. Lin Ruoxia got a huge fright. She patted her heaving chest and said, Stop scaring me. I feel like the way you talk is exactly the same as a real human. You even know all kinds of internet slang. Hearing that, I decided to just lay all my cards on the table. I'm done pretending. I'm actually Madam Whitesnake's younger brother. My brother-in-law is Shuxian. I urgently need 100 million yuan to bribe Fahai and save my brother-in-law. If you give me 100 million yuan, so I can rescue my brother-in-law, I'll teach you the art of immortality later. After chatting with me for ages, Lin Ruoxu finally understood the current situation. No wonder. There's been so much news about unknown creatures being spotted lately. She thought for a moment. It feels like the world suddenly got super dangerous. After our small talk, I started talking business with Lin Ruoxu. You want me to learn martial arts? Lin Ruoxu said, yep, otherwise when I leave for a while later. How are you going to protect yourself? But times have changed. No matter how good your martial arts are, a single shot will take you down. That's because your martial arts are too weak. When you reach my level of skill, regular people can't even hit you with a gun. Besides, if you learn some martial arts, at least when you meet someone like Zhao Yuqian, you won't be totally defenseless. After reading that, Lin Ruoxu patted my head and said, Xiaobai, are you leaving me? I could clearly see the reluctance on her face. I'll be leaving for a while in a few days, but I won't go too far. My power improves too slowly if I stay here. Lin Ruoxu thought for a bit and figured what I said made sense. If you leave, I'll miss you. And just like that, I had Lin Ruoxu open the Changchun Palace training video and told her to follow along and practice. Tang Huayuan sent this to me. I was pretty reassured about it. Also, I asked Lin Ruoxu to get a phone for me too, so I can surf the internet whenever I want. Saves me from always using Lin Ruoxu's phone. The Changchun skill isn't a super difficult martial art. According to Old Man Tang, it's the kind that focuses on extending lifespan and improving overall physical health. It's not the kind made for fighting and killing. As for me, I kept in touch with Old Man Tang through the Transcendence home platform after I gently brought up my need for guns. Old Man Tang said, he'll arrange for someone to send me a few in a few days. I just have to keep it secret. After all, private gun ownership is banned in the Eastern continent. Only a powerful family like the Tangs have some guns stashed away secretly. As a snake, I don't need that. But Lin Ruoxu does need it. After all, martial arts can't be mastered overnight. I also thought about making Lin Ruoxu a hetero-blood. Compared to martial artists, hetero-bloods get power upgrades the fastest. The Transcendent Home also sells Transcendent injection serums. As long as Lin Ruoxu gets the shot, she'll become a hetero-blood. But I checked them out. They're all extracted from strange beasts like turtles and crocodiles. That's straight up ugly. After all, as their power grows, hetero-bloods will develop certain traits that resemble the strange beast their serum comes from. After asking for Lin Ruoxu's opinion, she said no way, they're too ugly. If there's serum from fox-type strange beasts, or cat-type ones, that'd work. Who'd say no to a cute, playful cat girl, or a beautiful, sexy fox fairy? I spent the whole day eating and drinking. Lin Ruoxu's talent for martial arts is pretty good. She's already getting the hang of it. I watched Lin Ruoxu sitting cross-legged meditating. I had no idea. A 1 in a million martial arts genius is right next to me, but I used my insight skill to check her out. Insight didn't trigger at all. Looks like she hasn't reached the Huqian external realm yet, which is equivalent to level 1. She's only been learning for a day after all. Tang Huayuan only reached level 3 after decades of training. If Lin Ruoxu hit level 1, in just one day, I think Tang Huayuan might as well bash his head against a block of tofu and die. Once I sorted out things on Lin Ruoxu's end, under the cover of night, I headed towards Blue Sky Cafe. Once I got there, I coiled up on the cafe roof and did a quick sense sweep. I didn't sense any sign of them. Looks like they haven't arrived yet. Half an hour later, my spiritual sense detected the auras of 3 aberrants coming this way. I quickly locked onto the targets. I randomly picked the strongest-looking bald guy, used insight on the unknown humanoid aberrant to check his rank. Level 2 skill. Level 2 turtle shell. Looks like he's a hetero-blood. The other 2 are also level 2 hetero-bloods, and they want to go fight a level 3 strange beast. That's totally delusional. I felt the power of a level 3 strange beast firsthand. Remember that Black Hydro barbarian from before? Without firearms. These 3 wouldn't even be able to get close to it. They'd die instantly. I waited patiently. About an hour later, the 3 of them left the cafe, got in a car, and drove off. Little did they know, a white snake was behind them, following them silently. The car drove for about an hour, and was already far from the city center. They arrived at the foot of a barren hill in the suburbs. I was on this hill a few days ago, when I found that strange beast. A level 2 Transcendent was fighting it back then. I saw from afar that the Transcendent was no match for it, and got eaten by it. The bald man said with a lingering fear, "What kind of strange beast is it roughly?" One of them asked. "I don't know either. It looks like a lizard, except it's at least 5 meters long, and its scales can't even be penetrated by bullets. After hearing this, the other two heterobloods got a little scared. It's that strong? How are we supposed to fight it? The bald guy hurriedly comforted them after hearing that. Since I asked you to come, I'm sure we can pull this off. Here's the plan. I'll use my armor ability to draw its full attention. It won't break through my armor anytime soon. Ice Frog, you use your ice ability to trap it. Wufeng, you use your poison stingers to give this big guy a little massage. While the three of them were still discussing their plan, I had already snuck into the mountain forest. I scanned the entire forest with my spiritual sense. On the way, I saw a three-legged crow, about the size of a golden eagle resting on a tree. It was a level 1 strange beast. I took it down without breaking a sweat, gained 2,000 spirit points, and obtained the skill Peck. I checked it out. Turned out this skill is totally useless. I checked my status panel. My current spirit point count is already at 7,000. Still way off from the 100,000 I need. I kept searching the forest area by area. Along the way, I even ate a few more level 1 strange beasts to top up my spirit points. The skills they dropped are also totally useless for me. Although I haven't found the so-called level 3 strange beast yet. My spirit points have already reached 10,000, but my satiety meter is also full. Right at this moment, my spiritual sense detected, inside a cave on a cliff, there was a 5 or 6 meter long lizard, sleeping inside. Inside the cave, all kinds of animal bones are scattered all over the ground. There are even quite a few human skulls too. Some of them still have traces of flesh and blood left. Looks like this is the level 3 mutated beast they mentioned, but its aura is almost at level 4 already. Since I'm too far away, I can't use my insight skill either. I thought for a second. I headed for the cave on that cliff. Name, Red Armored Moto Giant Lizard. Rank, Level 3, Skill, Level 3, Iron Armor. Level 3, Bite, and Level 1, Biochemical Bacteria. When I got close to the cave entrance and saw its full appearance, it looked like an oversized Komodo dragon. As the largest lizard on Earth, Komodo dragons can grow up to 3 meters long, but this one in front of me is almost 6 meters long. In terms of size, it's comparable to the largest crocodile. I look like a tiny little thing next to it, but I'm not panicking at all. When I got close to its den, this huge beast opened its eyes, staring at me with its fierce eyes. There even seemed to be a hint of disdain in its look. Ever since spiritual energy revived, it could feel its body getting bigger and bigger, and it was getting hungrier and hungrier. Finally, it took advantage of a management lapse at the safari park, and escaped from the zoo, came to this desolate mountain area, and became the king of the mountain. A few days ago, it even ate a really powerful 2-legged beast. Honestly, that 2-legged beast didn't taste good. But after eating that 2-legged beast, it felt like its strength had increased again. It had a feeling that if it waited a little longer, it might be able to reach a whole new level, and it would be even stronger by then. These past few days, every animal in the mountain runs away as soon as they see it. But now, seeing that I'm not scared of it at all, it felt like its kingly authority was being violated. So it twisted its body back and forth, and suddenly charged straight towards me. Even though it's super huge in size, it's not slow at all when it moves. It wanted to swallow me whole in one bite. Seeing me standing there motionless like a log, it thought I was scared silly. Soon, when it was less than 1 meter away from me, I curled my lips into a smile. That expression looked just like the grins you see at the zoo, on the faces of those smiling 2-legged beasts. It looked at me. There was a hint of disdain in its cold eyes, as if it was the prey this time. The next second, it only saw a flash of dazzling blue light. Bright white light lit up the entire cave. In its field of vision right then, there was nothing but pure whiteness, along with crackling electric noises. The copper-armored Moto Giant Lizard's vision went completely dark. Then its consciousness gradually faded away, and it fell heavily to the ground. Its evil short life just ended like that. I propped my upper body up there, staring at the fallen corpse with my cold pupils. It was already charred all over. It was even still giving off thin green smoke, and there was a faint smell of cooked meat too. To deal with this thing, my venomous fangs are useless. 'Cause this guy is covered in armor from head to toe, I might not even be able to break through its defense, so I used my ultimate move right away. Maybe you could threaten me if you were 10 times stronger, I mumbled to myself in my head. Then I coiled up next to my prey and started enjoying my nice meal, deep in the mountains. A 3-person team suddenly saw blue light not far away, flashing just like lightning in the sky, so they quickly rushed towards this direction. When I sensed that there were 3 people heading quickly towards the cave entrance here, I slowly opened my eyes. The bald man leading the group repeated the tactic they just discussed once again. He knew very well how tough a level 3 mutated beast is. Right now, in the supernatural circle of Tianshui City, people who can take down this level of mutated beast alone are extremely few and far between. But when the bald man was recruiting teammates, he fully considered how well the teammates could cooperate with each other. So even though all three of them are only level 2 supernaturals, but if they cooperate well, they might not be unable to take down a level 3 mutated beast. But let me make this clear first. I'm the one who provided the clue. After we get this done, I get 50% of the spoils all to myself. You two split the other half evenly, got it. After hearing this, the three of them stopped at the same time. The bald man looked at the other two meaningfully. There was a strong warning in his expression. Ice Frog hesitated for a moment, nodded and said, "Of course. We'll follow the distribution plan we agreed on earlier." Thorn also agreed after hearing that. I have no problem either. The three of them are just a temporarily formed team. They don't really trust each other that much. But right now, it's like that level 3 mutated beast is already theirs for the taking. All right, you two go find a spot to ambush. I'll go lure the beast out. As soon as he finished talking, the bald man's body started to form a faint layer of glowing black armor. Glows with a metallic sheen. Just like a bulletproof vest, he looks exactly like a humanoid turtle. This is his superpower. It comes from a level 3 exotic beast called Ironclad Turtle. Ice Frog is hiding in the nearby bushes. Cold air swirls around his mouth. The dewdrops on the nearby grass are frozen into frost in an instant. Poison Sting climbs up a tree. In the palm of his hand, a poison sting about 10 centimeters long grows out of thin air. This sting glows with a faint black light. Poison Sting stares at the sting in his palm with satisfaction, sticks out his scarlet tongue and licks it. This sting is coated with deadly poison. Then he glances maliciously at Baldy and Ice Frog below. Only kids would split things with you two idiots. I'm taking everything. The three of them have everything set up. The two guys outside wait quietly for Baldy to go in and lure the target out. Each of the three has their own hidden agenda and their own little scheme. But after a while, Baldy comes back looking totally frustrated, then leads them deep into the cave. Baldy points at the ground of the cave by the moonlight. A line of words is clearly visible. Sorry, this exotic beast is mine. All of you, please go back. There's an arrow below this line of words, pointing in the direction of the white snake. The reason I did this is that I want to test these superhumans. Their reaction when they see an intelligent white snake. The three guys in front of me stare at each other. All three of them are utterly dumbfounded.